Hello my dear children, welcome you all with another lesson for grade 9 English. Hope you are fine and safe. Be ready with your notebook, pupils text and the workbook. Children, look at these pictures. Let's see what they are talking about. Amali, what did you do last weekend? I did lots of work during the weekend. The garden was cleaned, clothes were washed, the birds were fed, flowers were watered, selfies were clicked, cricket was played. Well, did you notice the red colored words? The verb in each sentence? Yes, it is the passive form of past tense verbs. The doer of the action is not mentioned in these sentences. Now, can you guess the today's lesson? The topic of our lesson is passive voice past tense. Do you know the parts of a sentence? Subject, verb and object? I think you know. Look at this sentence. He wrote a letter. He is the subject or doer, the person who is doing the action. Wrote is the verb, a letter is the object. This is active voice sentence in the simple past tense. Let's see the change we make when we turn an active voice sentence into a passive voice sentence. First we change the place. Look at this example. Naveen wrote a letter. Subject goes to the place where the object has been. Object goes to the place where the subject has been. They change their position. The second and the main is the verb change. When we write passive voice, we always have to take past participle form of the verb. We can't use it alone. We need a helping verb too. We use be verb as a helping verb. Look at these children. Naveen wrote a letter. The verb is wrote. Written is the past participle of the verb. We use was as a helping verb. Let's see the verbs we needed for passive voice. Past participle and be verbs. When we take the past tense, we have two be verbs, singular and plural be verbs, was and were. When we take the past participle of verbs, we take regular verbs or irregular verbs. Regular verbs. When we form the past tense, we add ed. There is a similarity of present and past form of verb. We call it regular verb. In this grid, there are three columns, present, past and past participle. Cook, cooked, cooked. Play, played, played. Celebrate, celebrated, celebrated. Plant, planted, planted. Prepare, prepared, prepared. Kill, killed, killed. Clean, cleaned, cleaned. Irregular verbs. Present and past form of the verb is not similar. It is totally different. We call it irregular verb. Eat, ate, eaten. Drink, drank, drunk. Send, sent, sent. Build, built, built. Sweep, swept, swept. Give, gave, given. Drive, draw, driven. Okay, let's do an activity, children. Find the passive sentences in the simple past tense. You can easily find them through the verb change. Verbs are in past passive form. Number 1, dinner was prepared by him. Number 2, all the letters are written by them. Number 3, the cheese was eaten by the mouse. Number 4, the child is bitten by a dog. Number 5, the desks were repaired by the parents. Shall we check the answers, children? Dinner was prepared by him. The cheese was eaten by the mouse. The desks were prepared by the parents. Okay, have you seen some changes instead of the change of place and verb in passive form? Have you seen the changes of pronouns and add-in by for each sentence? Yes, there are another two changes. Change in pronouns. Subject pronouns change to object pronouns. She punished us. She is the subject pronoun. Us is the object pronoun. Subject pronoun becomes to object pronoun. Object pronoun becomes to subject pronoun. Object pronoun us becomes we. Subject pronoun she becomes her. Let's see how pronouns change in the passive voice. Subject pronoun I changes to object pronoun me. He, him, she, her, it, we, us, you, they, them. Let's take the last change. Add-in by. Naveen wrote a letter. Naveen is the subject. When it comes to the place of object, we don't call it object. We call it agent. We add by Naveen. Let's see all the changes we make in passive voice sentence. Change in position, change in verb, change in pronouns, add by to the agent. Look at this sentence, children. They cleaned the garden. Can you turn it into passive voice? First, change the place. The subject pronoun they becomes to object pronoun them. Then add by to the agent as by them. Then change the verb. The past participle of clean is cleaned. The garden is singular, so we add the past singular of be verb was cleaned. The garden was cleaned by them. Look at the next sentence. I washed my clothes yesterday. First, change the places. The subject pronoun I becomes to object pronouns me. Then add by to the agent as by me. Then change the verb. The past participle of wash is washed. My clothes is in plural form, so we add the past plural of be verb were washed. Later add yesterday. It doesn't change the position. My clothes were washed by me yesterday. Let's do some activities. Arrange the following words to make meaningful sentences. Number 1. The work done was by them. Number 2. By the team, the match won was. Number 3. Tea in the hills by British was planted. Number 4. By kings built were large tanks. Number 5. Was the report written by me. Check your answers, children. Number 1. The work was done by them. Number 2. The match was won by the team. Number 3. Tea was planted by British in the hills. Number 4. Large tanks were built by kings. Number 5. The report was written by me. Use the chart to make meaningful sentences. The day at sports meet. Hope you have done the activity. Check your answers. Number 1. The oil lamp was hit by the head prefect. Number 2. Welcome speech was made by the principal. Number 3. The national flag was hoisted by the chief guest. Number 4. All the running events were won by the Lotus House. Number 5. 3 houses were decorated by the students. Try to do this activity. Complete the blanks to build past passive sentences. Number 1. The building blank by the villagers. The verb is build. Number 2. The plants blank by the wild elephants. The verb is damage. Number 3. The car blank by my father. The verb is drive. Number 4. The insect blank by Sunil. The verb is kill. Number 5. The thief blank by the police. The verb is catch. Let's see the answers. The building was built by the villagers. The plants were damaged by the wild elephants. The car was driven by my father. The insect was killed by Sunil. The thief was caught by the police. Complete the followings. The picture clues and the verbs are given for you. Look at the example. The verb is repair. The past tense of the verb is repaired. The mechanic repaired the car. It is in active voice. In passive voice, we can say the car was repaired by the mechanic. Look at number 2. The verb is make. The past form of the verb is made. The carpenter made chairs. Can you write the passive voice sentence? Let's check. Chairs were made by the carpenter. Number 3. The verb is carry. The active voice sentence is the boy carried a box. Try to write the passive voice sentence. A box was carried by the boy. Okay children, try to make sentences for number 4 and 5. Let's take the answers. Number 4. The teacher taught the students. The students were taught by the teacher. Number 5. The girl picked flowers. The flowers were picked by the girl. There are some sentences in question form. You have to convert them into passive voice. Look at this. Did the little boy sell all the balloons? This is active voice sentence. How do we convert it into passive voice? First think about the verb sell. The past form is sold. The little boy sold all the balloons. When converting the sentence into passive voice, we can say all the balloons were sold by the little boy. But the active voice sentence is in question form. So we should write it as were all the balloons sold by the little boy. That is the passive voice sentence. The be verb should come first. Did the little boy sell all the balloons? Were all the balloons sold by the little boy? Try to do this activity, children. Turn these sentences into passive voice. Number 1. Did the villagers repair the road? Number 2. Did the police arrest the thieves? Number 3. Did she arrange the room? Number 4. Did Vimal finish the work on time? Number 5. Did the teacher correct the mistakes? Hope you have done the activity. Let's see. Number 1. Was the road repaired by the villagers? Number 2. Were the thieves arrested by the police? Number 3. Was the room arranged by her? Number 4. Was the work finished by Vimal on time? Number 5. Were the mistakes corrected by the teacher? This is another way. Let's see. The difference here is adding WH question. It is not changed when converting to passive. The method is similar to earlier one. The active voice is when did the little boy sell all the balloons? The passive voice sentence is when were all the balloons sold by the little boy? Try to do this activity, children. Turn these sentences into passive voice. Number 1. When did Columbus discover America? Number 2. Where did you send him? Number 3. Why did she keep the books on the floor? Number 4. When did Ravi clean the classroom? Number 5. How did the man collect the old papers? Let's see the answers. Number 1. When was America discovered by Columbus? Number 2. Where was he sent by you? Number 3. Why were the books kept by her on the floor? Number 4. When was the classroom cleaned by Ravi? Number 5. How were the old papers collected by the man? Dear children, now it is your turn to write answers for the activities in pupils' text and the workbook. This activity is taken from your pupils' text. Unit 5, page number 55, activity 12. Transform the following into the passive. Number 1. Rahim wrote a letter yesterday. Number 2. The dog bit the man. Number 3. The police arrested the thieves. Number 4. Did he paint the window? Number 5. They did not borrow the books. Number 6. Did yoga invite you to the party? Number 7. Somebody helped me when I fell down. Number 8. The teacher corrected the books. Number 9. Inura found a purse in the library. Number 10. A wild elephant destroyed the crops yesterday. Let's see the answers. Number 1. A letter was written by Rahim yesterday. Number 2. The man was bitten by the dog. Number 3. The thieves were arrested by the police. Number 4. Was the window painted by him? Number 5. The books were not borrowed by them. Number 6. Were you invited to the party by yoga? Number 7. I was helped by somebody when I fell down. Number 8. The books were corrected by the teacher. Number 9. A purse was found by Inura in the library. Number 10. The crops were destroyed by a wild elephant yesterday. Now you know how to convert sentences into passive voice. This activity is taken from your workbook, Unit 5, page number 31, Activity 6. Write the following sentences in passive form. Number 1. The students clean the main hall. Number 2. They closed the school for the April holidays. Number 3. When did they give you this book? Number 4. They did not accept the money. Number 5. My uncle gave me this present. Let's check your answers, children. Number 1. The main hall was cleaned by the students. Number 2. The school was closed by them for the April holidays. Number 3. When were you given this book by them? Number 4. The money was not accepted by them. Number 5. This present was given me by my uncle. There's another activity. Unit 5, page number 30, activity 7. Fill in the blanks with the correct form of the verb within brackets. Hope you have done it. Let's see the answers. Last week there was an alms giving at our place. We started getting ready for the event some weeks before. These were some of the things that were done by us. The monks from the village temple were invited for the occasion. The house was cleaned and the curtains were washed. The house was painted by father and his friends. The compound was swept and the garbage was burnt. The provision for the alms was bought by mother, who was helped by the grandmother. Now we have come to the end of our lesson. Let's recall what we have learned today. The difference between active voice and passive voice sentences, the structure of the simple past passive voice sentences, how the verb in the active voice sentence changes when turning it into passive, how a subjective pronoun changes into an objective pronoun when turning a sentence from active into passive. Let's meet again with another lesson. Stay safe, children. Goodbye.